Okay, hey, don't click off this video and subscribe. Subscribe to my channel. So this is gonna be my thought, and so yeah. It's my theory of life on the circle. It has to do with the Big Bang and the Big Crunch. Woo! Alright. Subscribe. Hey, don't just watch my videos. Subscribe to my freaking channel, man. Right. I know. It's about time. Watch my video. Yes. Watch it. Okay. Okay? Okay? Okay. Okay. Why don't you subscribe? It's all about subscribing. Internet, short attention spans, jaded. 'Cause I'm long and I'm strong and I'm down to get the friction on. So lady, don't mess with my heart. It won't work out. Don't mess with my heart. Fucking broken this fucking camera. Alright, so I can't stop singing this song. It's gone on too long. Okay, so all I need is for you to watch this video. It's 3 minutes. It's my theory of the circle. You should watch it. The theory of the circle. This is my theory of the circle. Okay, it begins with opposites, like left and right, up and down, black and white. Each opposite can't exist without the other and depends on the other one. So, in looking at opposites like these, I begin to see that they formed a circle, and I'll show you what I mean. A perfect example, of course, is the seasons. Summer and winter are opposite. So spring and fall are opposite, and that creates a circle. But this applies to everything, so it's interesting to think about all the things that it applies to. Like time, for example, on a traditional clock is represented by a circle. And then you have your opposite ends, which are 12 and 6 and 9 and 3. And so you got the passage of time, which creates a circle. For measurement of time, we use the clock, and the passing of time is represented by the clocks moving around in a circle, which is interesting because the circle also represents eternity with with wedding rings. That's actually supposed to be a symbol of eternity. But with time, like on a clock, the passage of time is motion. If you translate that to the wheel, you get motion. Here you have water, right? So water evaporates, forms clouds, and the rain comes down to the ground again, and so on and so forth, and it's just a repeated cycle or circle, just like everything. Before I go any further, let me just say that even though I thought I had discovered something new, that this idea has existed for thousands of years in Chinese philosophy, and it's called yin and yang. Okay, so I thought we'd do a little intermission. So during break time, this is what we're going to do. We're just going to have a little fun with this situation right here, right? The way I see it, space can't end. It can't really have an ending point where you get to the end of space and then there's nothing there. So going out in all directions eternally with no ending point doesn't really make sense. So I think actually it's all self-contained. If you start at one point and travel in a straight line, that you will actually wind up where you started, sort of like a circle. And assuming that the theory of the Big Bang is true, here's the point of singularity. You have the Big Bang, so everything's moving outward from the center. But this is all the mass. This is everything that exists. So nothing exists outside of this. I'm assuming that in my theory. So nothing exists out of this, and when it explodes outward, everything is still contained within itself. My point being is that space, or everything that exists, has no ending point. So you can never go to the end of it. So anywhere you start, if you travel, and it may take an infinite amount of time, but any direction you travel in, assuming you're going in a perfect straight line, you're going to wind up back where you started, thus creating a circle. Same principle like if you're on the Earth, right? And you start walking, you're going to wind up right back where you are, provided you're traveling in a straight line. So this is a little equation I worked out, and this actually explains it all. Okay, so this is where I'm leading with all this. All right, supposing there is a Big Bang, then the opposite of that would be the Big Crunch. That's where everything that's expanding outwardly, eventually, although it seems to be accelerating. So I don't know what that's all about, but so anyway, the opposite of the Big Bang is the Big Crunch, which interestingly creates a cycle. You have everything going out from the center, and eventually gravity everything slows down, and the gravity of everything starts to pull everything back in, and so it's the opposite. So everything falls back on itself, back to a point of singularity where you have zero mass and infinite density. So my point is that I support the idea of the big crunch, as opposed to everything losing its gravitational pull and just continuing to drift apart. I support the big crunch because that is in line with the circle. Big bang, big crunch. And I think this happens repeatedly. I think everything explodes outwardly, and then you have it goes out and back in, out and back in, out and back in, which that cycle is also a circle. I mean, it's a continued circle, which is just seems to make sense to me. Okay, so a summary of this, I may not have explained this in any kind of way that made sense, but so the summary would be that I thought I had created some kind of new idea with the circle thing, right? But it already existed in yin and yang. I found out, years later, so it already existed. There was nothing new. This space being a complete circle, I don't know if that's, or it's probably already an idea. I know that I have heard people talk about being able to bend space, or the space bends, and actually gravity is a product of bending the space-time fabric of space. So, but anyway, I don't know if it's been discussed that if you travel in a straight line in space, that you wind up back where you are. So I don't know how original that is. And of course, the big crunch is a very well-known idea, but I'm just saying that I support it. I support the big crunch because it falls in line with yin and yang, or the circle. Okay, so that's what I'm doing on a Saturday night, is I'm playing with a chalkboard and discussing my idea of my philosophy of the circle, which already existed. One thing is that I believe that it's very hard to have any kind of original idea in the world. Of course, I've had a lot of ideas that I think are original, and they're not. Maybe we're all a part of a collective consciousness or whatever. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. If you disagree with anything I said, I'd like to hear about it. Or if you agree or disagree, or because I'll have tens of people watch this video. So, I mean, I'm getting like 2 views a day. So I'm sure this is going to be a really hot topic. Me and my chalkboard, a dry erase board. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it.